shaking hands. You didn't look up again. Your silence filled the room like I wasn't there with you. I said your name so low, like I was scared to know if you would turn around or let me hit the ground. You used to hold me close, now I don't feel you at all. I'm standing right beside you, but I'm already gone. I thought you were home, a place I could stay, but you felt so cold, you pushed me away. I gave you my heart, you let it break slow. I was safe in your arms, or I thought so. I thought you were home, but you let me feel alone. Your eyes don't meet with mine, you drift somewhere I can't find. There's someone in your smile, but it hasn't been me for a while. I hear it in your tone, the way you say I'm fine. It cuts me deeper now than any goodbye. You used to call me yours, now you don't say my name. I'm right here in front of you, but nothing feels the same. I thought you were home, a place I could stay, but you felt so cold, you pushed me away. I gave you my heart, you let it break slow. I was safe in your arms, or I thought so. I thought you were home, but you let me feel alone. Did you ever love me, or was I just there, filling all the silence you didn't want to share? I held on to nothing and called it real. Now I'm left with everything you made me feel. I thought you were home, but I was just a place you went when you needed a temporary escape. I gave you my heart, you watched it fall down. I was lost in your love, now I'm lost without. I thought you were home, but you burned it to the ground. I'm still standing here, but there's nothing left now. I sat right next to you, you stared into your phone. I tried to say your name, but you were never home. I wore your favorite dress, you didn't even look. I guess I tried too hard to be the one you took. I changed the way I spoke, the way I laughed, I smiled. I bent myself in pieces just to be worthwhile. You never saw me, not really, not once. I was right in your arms, but you were already gone. I gave you everything, you gave me the blame. I lost who I was, trying to stay. You never saw me, you just looked through me. I memorized your moods, the silence, every sigh. I learned when not to speak, I learned when not to cry. I shrank into your world so I could fit inside. But even when I did, you still pushed me aside. I thought if I stayed soft, you wouldn't let me break. But all you ever did was slowly walk away. You never saw me, not really, not once. I was right in your arms, but you were already gone. I gave you everything, you gave me the blame. I lost who I was, trying to stay. You never saw me, you just looked through me. Was I too quiet, or just not enough? Did you need someone louder to call it love? I was right there bleeding, you didn't feel a thing. I guess I was nothing to you, everything. You never saw me, even when I cried, even when I broke, right there by your side. I gave you my whole heart, you tore it apart. I was just a shadow in the dark. You never saw me, not even when I left. I disappeared slowly, and you didn't notice. You didn't hear. I told you I was tired, you said I'd be okay. I tried to say I'm breaking, you just looked away. I whispered all my fears in the middle of the night. You held me for a moment, but never held me right. I used all my words on you till I had nothing left. Now all that fills the silence is everything you missed. I spoke, you didn't hear, not really, not clear. I was drowning in front of you, you just disappeared. I cried. you if you cared. You said don't overthink, like all the things I'm feeling could just disappear in a blink. I try to stay so calm, try not to make a scene, but every time I opened up you closed the space between. You said I was too much, so I became too small, and somehow even then you didn't see me at all. I spoke, you didn't hear, not really, not clear. I was drowning in front of you, you just disappeared. I cried, you let me fall without a sound. I was screaming inside, but you never turned around. I spoke, you didn't hear. What more could I have said? What more could I have done? I gave you all my silence when you ignored my voice. I begged without words, hoping you'd feel it too. But even in my quiet, I was invisible to you. I spoke, you didn't hear. Even when I begged, even when my voice was hanging by a thread, I broke. You watched me like it wasn't real. I was falling to pieces right at your feet. I spoke, you didn't hear. Now I don't say anything, there's no point anymore. You hold my hand so loose, like you might let it go. I try to pull you close, but you don't move at all. Your eyes don't stay on mine, they always drift away. I feel it in my chest, love shouldn't feel this way. I keep telling myself this is just a phase, but every little moment feels harder to explain. Love shouldn't feel this way, so heavy, so cold, like I'm begging you to stay while you're letting go. It shouldn't make me cry every single night. If this is what love is, why doesn't it feel right? Love shouldn't feel this way, but it does with you. I walk on broken words, careful what I say, scared that if I'm honest you'll turn and walk away. I shrink inside your space, just trying not to break. I lose a piece of me with every breath I take. You say that you still care, but I don't feel it now. If love is still right here, why does it hurt this loud? Love shouldn't feel this way, so empty, so wrong, like I'm holding on to you, but you're already gone. It shouldn't make me doubt everything I am. If this is what we have, I don't understand. Love shouldn't feel this way, but it does with you. Maybe I'm the problem, maybe I'm too much. what it does with you. If this is love, I don't want it anymore. You said you needed space, but I could see her name lighting up your phone like I was just a phase. You tried to play it cool, like I was overthinking, but every little lie had my whole heart sinking. I felt it in the silence, in the way you changed. You were already gone before you walked away. You chose someone else while I was choosing you. I stayed through everything, you couldn't even stay true. I gave you all I had, you gave her what was mine. I saw it in your eyes before you said goodbye. You chose someone else and left me by myself. I watched you drift away right in front of me. You didn't even hide what I didn't wanna see. I tried to hold it in, pretend I didn't know. But love doesn't feel like this, and pain doesn't lie slow. You stopped saying my name like it meant nothing now, and every word you said just hurt me even loud. You chose someone else while I was choosing you. I stayed through everything, you couldn't even stay true. I gave you all I had, you gave her what was mine. I saw it in your eyes before you said goodbye. You chose someone else and left me by myself. Was she easier to love, or was I just too real? Did you get tired of me, or tired of how I feel? I would've stayed forever if you just asked me to, but forever didn't matter the moment you chose her over me. You chose someone else, and I felt it inside before you even said it, before you even tried. I held on to your love while you let it fall apart. You didn't just leave me, you broke my heart. You chose someone else like I was never yours. I was still choosing you when you were choosing her. You packed your things so fast, like nothing tied you here. Didn't even look back, didn't even show a tear. I stood there in the door with everything everything we were falling through my hands like I was never yours. I keep replaying it, trying to find a sign of something that I missed, or something that was mine. I was easy to leave, easy to forget, like all the love I gave wasn't worth it yet. You walked out so clean, no damage, no pain, while I'm here breaking, calling your name. I was easy to leave, like I was nothing to keep. Did I love you too much, or not enough to stay? Was I too quiet for you, or just in your way? I try to be your peace, but maybe I was noise, something you got tired of, something you destroyed. I search for my mistakes in every word I said, like if I find the reason, it won't hurt as bad. I was easy to leave, easy to erase, like every single memory could just be replaced. You moved on so fast, like I never existed, while I'm still here wishing you'd miss it. I was easy to leave, like I was nothing to keep. If I meant something, would you have stayed? If I was different, would you have changed? I keep asking questions that don't have replies, just echoes of silence and sleepless nights. I was easy to leave, that's what hurts the most, not the way you left, but how little it cost. You didn't hesitate, you didn't fight for me. I guess I was never what you needed me to be. I was easy to leave, but you were hard to lose. I'm still here, where you left me. You said we'd never end, said I was all you'd need. You wrote it in my heart, then watched it slowly bleed. We talked about our life like it was set in stone. Now I'm here alone in dreams we used to own. I held on to your words like they were something real, but promises don't last when love's not what you feel. You promised forever, but you couldn't stay. You said we'd be together, then you walked away. You looked in my eyes and told me it was true. Now forever feels like a lie. I believed in you. You promised forever, but you didn't mean it. disappeared like it was yours to take. I trusted every word, every I won't go, but the louder you said it, the less you seemed to know. You promised forever, but you couldn't stay. You said we'd be together, then you walked away. You looked in my eyes and told me it was true. Now forever feels like a lie. I believed in you. You promised forever, but you didn't mean it. Was it real when you said it, or just something to keep me? Did you mean every word, or just the moment you said it? I held on to forever like it was mine to keep, but forever with you was never meant for me. You promised forever, and I gave you my all, but forever was just the start of my fall. You said I was yours, now I don't belong. Forever was a word you used for too long. You promised forever and left me with nothing. I still hear you say it, forever, over and over. I saw it in your eyes way before you left. The way you looked through me like there was nothing left. I felt it in your touch, how it slowly changed, but I kept holding on like you would stay the same. I knew it in my chest, something wasn't right, but I kept telling myself we'd be fine. I stayed too long in something already gone. I held on to you when you didn't want me at all. I tried to fix us while you let us break. I gave you forever, you couldn't even stay. I stayed too long, now I'm the one in pain. You stopped saying I love you like it didn't fit your mouth, and I pretended not to notice even when it hurt out loud. I made excuses for you to keep my heart safe, but every lie I told myself just pushed me into the pain. I should've walked away the moment I felt it fade, but I was too in love to accept the change. I stayed too long stayed too long. Now I'm the one in pain. I was scared of losing you, so I lost myself instead. I chose you every time, even when you didn't choose me. I saw the ending coming, but I closed my eyes. Now I'm left with everything I tried to deny. I stayed too long, and now I see it clear. You were already gone, I was just still here. I kept believing in something that died. I held on to love while you said goodbye. I stayed too long, and it cost me everything. I should've left sooner, but I loved you too much. You looked at me different, like I was someone new. There was something missing in the way you used to. Your smile didn't reach me, your touch felt so light, like you were already gone. Even holding me that night, you didn't have to say it, I felt it in the air. The love we used to have wasn't really there. I saw it in your eyes. You were letting go before the words came out, before I even knew. You tried to hide it, but I felt the truth. Love doesn't look like that when it's still real for you. I saw it in your eyes, and it broke mine too. You kept your distance close, like I wouldn't see the space between us growing quietly, silently. I searched for something left, a sign you still cared, but every look you gave me just told me you weren't there. You didn't say goodbye, but I heard it anyway. In every glance you gave, and every time you turned away, I saw it in your eyes. screaming, no fighting, just silence that worked. You stopped asking how I was, stopped noticing my face, like I was already a memory in place. I kept holding on for something you'd say, but you were already far away. You didn't even try to hold us together. You let it fall apart like it meant nothing ever. I was breaking in front of you, but you stayed so still, like loving me back wasn't part of your will. You didn't even try, and that's what hurts the most. I made excuses for you, like it was my job to explain your distance when you started to stop. Every "I'm just tired" turned into a wall, and I was the only one trying at all. You could have said something, you could have been real, but you chose the silence instead of what you feel. You didn't even try to hold us together. You let it fall apart like it meant nothing ever. I was breaking in front of you, but you stayed so still, like loving me back wasn't part of your will. You didn't even try, and that's what kills me still. Was I too hard to love, or just too easy to leave? Did you ever care at all, or just pretend for me? I needed one reason to keep believing in you, but you gave me nothing, not even the truth. You didn't even try, not once, not enough. You let me fall apart while calling it love. I stayed, I fought, I gave everything I could, but you were already gone before I understood. You didn't even try, and I still miss you. I thought you would fight for us, but you let me go. I didn't scream at you, I didn't make a sound. I just felt something snap deep underneath me down. You kept on talking normal, like nothing was wrong, while I was losing pieces I'd been holding on. It didn't happen loud, it didn't make a scene. It was slow and silent, like it wasn't me. I broke quietly, no one even saw. I was falling apart behind it all. I smiled through it like I was fine, but I was breaking piece by piece inside. I broke quietly, and you never knew. I still made you coffee face, still asked how your day was, still played the part of us like I was enough. But every little moment started feeling wrong, like I was just a voice. You were moving on, you never noticed how far I'd gone. I was sitting right there, but not for long. I broke quietly, no one even saw. I was falling apart behind it all. I smiled through it like I was fine, but I was breaking piece by piece inside. I broke quietly, and you never knew. Maybe I was fading while you stayed the same. Maybe I was leaving without saying my name. I tried to hold it in to keep it all intact, but some things don't stay whole when they start to crack. I broke quietly, no goodbye, no sound, just a heart that stopped while you were around. You never saw it, you never knew, but I fell apart right next to you. I broke quietly, and you kept loving you. No one heard it happen, not even you. I saw her name again, lighting up your screen, like it was nothing wrong, like it was never me. You smiled a little softer when you typed her reply, and I felt something in me quietly die inside. I didn't ask you once, I already knew. The way you looked at her was how you used to look at me too. She has my place, the one I used to hold, in your late night silence, in your stories told. She hears your laugh the way I used to hear. Now I'm just the memory you don't keep near. She has my place, and I'm out in the cold. I still sit beside you, but it's not the same. I feel like a stranger calling out your name. You don't even notice how I pull away, because you're already somewhere I can't stay. I try to be calm, I try not to break, but everything in me knows it's too late. She has my place, and I watched it happen slow. No fight, no warning, just letting go. I was still here, but you were someone new, and I was losing you to someone and I lost mine too. Do you think of me sometimes, or am I already gone? Do you even remember how I felt before her came along? I don't hate her, I just hate what it means that I was replaced so easily. She has my place and I can't take it back. No matter how I try, it's already there. I'm sitting in the shadow of what we used to be. Well, she becomes the version you never saw in me. She has my place, and you let me fade away. I used to be her before she was her. You stopped coming home on time, but I still set your plate. Like maybe if I stayed the same, you'd come back through that gate. I heard your lies get softer, like you were learning how to say my name less often than you're saying it now. I knew I should have left the moment I felt the change, but I stayed in the hope you'd love me again. I still waited, even when I knew there was nothing left between me and you. I still hoped you'd turn around, but you were already gone when I looked down. I still waited for someone who never came back. I watched the clock get heavier each night you weren't there. I tried to call it busy, but busy doesn't care. I saved your favorite moments like they meant something more, while you were slowly erasing what we had before. You made leaving look easy, like it wasn't real, while I stayed behind, trying not to feel. I still waited, even when I knew there was nothing left between me and you. I still hoped you'd turn around, but you were already gone when I looked down. I still waited, like love was to it. I stayed in the silence you left behind, waiting for a version that you never tried. I still waited and lost myself in time. I stopped waiting now, but it took everything. You didn't have to guess, you already knew. Every time I stayed quiet, it was still for you. I gave you all my soft parts, the ones I tried to hide, and you held them gently before you stepped aside. You never asked me twice, because you didn't need to. You knew I'd always break before I'd lose you. You knew I loved you, and you used it well. You knew I'd stay, even through hell. I never hid it, I wore it too clear, and still you left me right here. You knew I loved you, and still you let me fall. I thought that knowing me would make you stay, but you just learned my heart and walked away. You saw me at my weakest and called it enough, like love was only easy when it wasn't rough. You had all the power without even trying. I gave you my truth while I was dying. You knew I loved you, and you didn't care. You let me believe you'd always be there. I showed you my soul, you memorized it all, just to watch me fall. You knew I loved you, and still let me break. Was I too open, too easy to read? Did my love make you leave, or was that all you need? You never questioned if I would stay, because you knew I wouldn't walk away. You knew I loved you, that's why it hurts more. You didn't lose me, you closed the door. I was never hidden, you saw it all, and still you let me fall. You knew I loved you, and you didn't stop it. You knew, and you still chose to leave. Mm. Mm. 'Cause hurt, but every quiet moment still pulls me back to us. I walk past where we used to be, like it's just another street, but my heart still remembers every step beneath my feet. I wish I didn't care, I wish I felt nothing at all, but even when I hate you, I still feel the fall. I hate that I miss you, even after everything, after all the ways you broke me and the pain you bring. I hate that I remember the good inside the bad, like it's still not over, even when it's already said. I hate that I miss you when I should be free. They say I'm moving forward, but I'm looking back again at versions of forever that didn't have an end. Your voice still lives inside me, in places I can't reach, like a wound that never closed, just learned how to breathe. I try to call it over, I try to let it go, but missing you comes easy, like something I still know. I hate that I miss you, even when it hurts, even when your love was the worst. I hate that I still care when I know I shouldn't stay, but missing you is louder than anything I say. I hate that I miss you, even now. Maybe I don't miss you, maybe I miss who I was before I learned that love can also turn to dust. But your name still echoes in every empty space, and I hate that I still feel you every single day. I hate that I miss you, and I hate it more. That part of me still opens every time you're ignored. I should be healing, but I'm stuck in between, letting you go and everything you mean. I hate that I miss you, and I can't stop. I hate it, but I do. I do. I don't make a noise anymore when it all gets too much. I just sit in the dark and lose touch. My face stays the same, but I'm not really here. I cry on the inside so no one can hear. You taught me silence feels safer than pain, so now I break down without a name. I'm crying without sound, no one knows it now. I'm falling apart, but I don't show how. It's all in my chest, where no one can see. I'm screaming inside, quietly. I'm crying without sound, and I'm used used to it now. I laugh when I'm supposed to, smile like I'm fine, but everything inside me is running out of time. I learned how to hide it all too deep. Now even my heart doesn't wake me when I sleep. You never noticed the way I disappeared. I stayed right beside you, but I wasn't here. I'm crying without sound, no tears on my face, but I'm breaking down in every place. You wouldn't know it if I fell apart. It's all invisible inside my heart. I'm crying without sound, and I don't know how to stop. If you look closer, would you finally see the version of me that you destroyed quietly? I never asked for help, I never made it loud, so I suffer in silence inside a crowd. I'm crying without sound, still standing here, but nothing about me feels near. I'm holding it in until I'm gone, but I've been breaking more. I'm crying without sound, no one knows why, not even you. Not even you. I used to be softer in ways I can't explain. I used to forgive fast before I learned the pain. I gave you my gentleness like it was safe with you. I didn't know love could turn it into something new. You held my quiet heart like it was something sweet, then slowly turned it into something I can't repeat. You took my softness and made it hurt. Now every gentle part of me feels like dirt. I don't know how to feel without it breaking through. You didn't just leave me, you changed me too. You took my softness and I can't get it back. I don't trust easy now, I don't stay the same. Every kind word feels like it's hiding your name. I flinch at love now, even when it's real, because you taught my heart how pain can feel. I wish I could go back to who I used to be, before you made my kindness something I can't see. You took my softness without a sound and left me different than you found. Now Was I too open, too easy to hold? Or did you just get bored of something gentle and whole? I miss who I was before I learned your way, before love became something that made me afraid. You took my softness and made it scar. Now even love feels too far. I try to be soft again, but I don't know how. You didn't just break me, I'm different now. You took my softness and turned it into pain. I used to be soft before you stayed. I look in the mirror, but I don't know her face. She's quieter now, with a tired gaze. She used to shine softly, now she just fades. Like something inside her slowly changed. I try to remember who I used to be, but all I can see is what you did to me. I don't recognize me, not anymore. I lost myself behind closed doors. I used to feel light, now I feel gone. Like I've been surviving for too long. I don't recognize me, but I know the pain. I don't laugh the same way, I don't trust my heart. Every piece of me now feels torn apart. I speak a little softer, like I'm afraid to exist. Like I'm still learning what I've missed. You didn't just leave me, you left a space where I used to feel like I had a place. I don't recognize me in the way I cry, in the way I say I'm fine and lie. I'm not the same girl you used to know. She stayed behind when you let me go. I don't recognize me, and I don't know why. Was I always like this, or did I become someone shaped by silence and everything you've done? If I could go back, would I still be me, or just a version that didn't believe? I don't recognize me, but I still feel you. And I think that's the truth. You didn't just leave, you rewrote me too. I stopped checking my phone for messages that won't come. I stopped waiting for footsteps that never run. The room feels quieter now, but not in a bad way. It's just where your silence used to stay. It took a while to stop reaching for you, to accept that love doesn't always come through. I learned to be alone without breaking down, to sit with the emptiness that follows you now. It still hurts sometimes, but it doesn't own me. I'm not okay yet, but I'm slowly free. I learned to be alone and survive the sound. I eat by myself now, I walk without your name. I still feel the echoes, but they don't feel the same. Your memory visits, but it doesn't stay long, like it finally understands it doesn't belong. I thought I would fall apart without you here, but I'm still breathing through every tear. I learned to be alone, and it's not as cold as the nights I spent trying to be controlled. I still remember us, but I don't go back. I'm learning that healing doesn't need you intact. I learned to be alone, and I'm still here. It's not happiness yet, but it's something real, quite kind of strength. I'm starting to feel I don't need your shadow to fill my space. I can stand in silence and still find grace. I learned to be alone without losing me, without your love defining what I need. It still feels empty, but it's mine to own. And for the first time, I'm not alone in being alone. I learned to be alone, and I'm okay with that now. No more waiting, just breathing. I waited for a message that never arrived, not even a sorry to make it feel right. I checked every silence like it might turn into words, just need time, but time doesn't erase what you left behind. No apology came, not even a sign, just empty space where you used to be mine. I thought you might care enough to explain, but you left me with silence and all of the pain. No apology came, and I had to move on. I built up excuses to soften the truth that you were already gone. Before I lost you, I kept waiting for closure in words you would say, but closure doesn't come when someone walks away. I don't need your voice now to tell me I'm right, but I still feel the absence every night. No apology came, not even regret, just a memory I can't forget. I needed something to help me believe, but you gave me nothing when you left me. No apology came, and I still survived. Maybe I won't get it, maybe I don't need it, maybe healing starts when I stop receiving. I used to think forgiveness needed your reply, but I'm learning silence can also say goodbye. No apology came, and I stopped waiting for a version of you that was never saving. I don't need your words to know what was real. I felt everything you never feel. No apology came, and I finally let go. Your silence was the answer I needed all along. I said I'm doing better, but that's not the truth. Some days I still feel you in everything I do. I wake up with your shadow still sitting in my mind, like healing doesn't erase what it leaves behind. I move forward slowly, but not all the way. Some pieces of you still don't fade away. I'm still hurting, just quieter now. I don't break the same, but I still fall down. I smile a little easier, but it's not complete. There's still a part of you living inside me. I'm still hurting, but I'm learning to breathe. People think I'm okay now, 'cause I don't cry out loud. But pain can be silent and still be too loud. I don't talk about it like I used to do, but silence doesn't mean I'm over you. I carry it softer, but I carry it still. Some wounds don't close, they just learn to feel. I'm still hurting, but I hide it well, like a story I don't always tell. I'm not where I was, but I'm not free. There's still a version of you inside of me. I'm still hurting, just not visibly. Maybe healing isn't about forgetting your name. Maybe it's learning to live with the pain. I don't need to erase you to keep moving on. I just need to learn where you belong. I'm still hurting, but I'm standing here, not as broken as last year. I still remember what we used to be, but it doesn't own what's left of me. I'm still hurting, but I'm not gone. Still healing, still here, still trying. I didn't get a moment where everything made sense. No final conversation, no explanation sent. You left like a silence that didn't look back, just footsteps fading down an empty track. I waited for answers that never arrived, some goodbyes don't come alive. Goodbye without closure, just open space. No final words, no last embrace. I had to end it all on my own, with a broken heart still holding on. Goodbye without closure, but I still let go. I wrote you in my head what I wanted to say, but real conversations never went that way. So I said nothing, let it all fall through, because sometimes silence is all you can do. There was no ending, just a slow goodbye, where love disappeared without asking why. Goodbye without closure, no turning back, just a life I rebuilt from what we lacked. You didn't stay, you didn't explain, you just became a fading name. Goodbye Maybe closure isn't something you get. Maybe it's choosing to finally accept that not every story gets a clean end somehow.